Hear the beep? So we just finished looking at some houses at a house. It was nice, but I'm just worried it's a bit of a price range. Her parents apparently said a friend was selling a house, and it made me start thinking about maybe buying a house here instead of renting one, because we're just kind of throwing away money and then moving around all the time. So maybe it's better just...
But I just found that won't work by the
for
house.
this house.
Yep. But maybe
Not
in the
any house.
future.
Because the house was only $25,000, and it was small, only like a couple hundred square feet. But for us it's all right. So, I mean, I think maybe we should look at stuff like that though.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're out here in this funky little alleyway because I realized when we were looking around that this apartment we looked at is right next to where I first stayed. And the place we're standing is where the taxi first dropped me off when I came to Vietnam, like more than 2.5 years ago. So it's just really neat that like we're all the way like full circle, we're back here again, So I just thought it was kind of a neat place to start. Anyways, we're gonna drive around and find a coffee shop. I want a cup of coffee. Ready? Coffee shop. I don't know the name.
F number. Oh, okay. F5.
F5 Cafe. I guess like the keyboard number, because F5 does something. I don't know why that's the name. This is going off the theme of first things I did. This is the first coffee shop I went to when I came to Vietnam, and I figured today is a good time to introduce you to the most famous kinds of Vietnamese coffee, because it's the only place in the world, not in the world, in Asia, where you're gonna get decent coffee. You go to China, Japan, Korea, you're gonna get canned coffee and kind of garbage handmade coffee because they drink tea. But Vietnamese are actually the only people who actually drink coffee. Was coffee drank before Westerners came or after?
Seriously, I don't know.
Okay. But it became famous now. Like they grow a lot of it here, so you can show them, you can tell them which one's which.
This one is, I think, the original because it's just a black coffee.
And what's it called?
Cafe đen.
No, you need to hold it up so I can put the text over it.
Cafe đen.
Okay.
Đen means black, so black coffee.
Yeah, and it's got ice in it, this one, for the summertime.
Yep.
And then the other one that's famous?
This other one is nicer, like especially for women because it's coffee with milk.
Yeah.
Yep. Cafe no or cafe with sữa.
I call it sữa, and that means milk. But
so for me, I choose this.
now the thing that makes the milk so good here, they already mixed it, unfortunately, but they don't use cow's milk like traditional, like 2% or whatever. They use condensed milk, which is like super sweet, and you really got to mix it nice. And do you know that you want to say the story why they do that?
You'd say it.
The reason was that the Vietnamese soldiers during what they call the American War, we call the Vietnam War, they would always drink their coffee, but a lot of soldiers didn't want black coffee, they wanted it with milk. But when you're out in the middle of the jungle living in the tunnels, you don't have access to just fresh milk. So condensed milk, luckily, is in a can. It lasts for 100 years. Not really, but it lasts for a long time. And they would pour that in their coffee, and then afterwards they realized, like, oh, this is great, so we're gonna keep doing it. And now you can find condensed milk everywhere. Like students will buy like bread and like a little thing of condensed milk and like eat it.
It's good. You should try that.
It tastes good, but like there's so much sugar in that condensed milk. Like, whoa, obesity crisis. Hello,
It's not good.
It's
No, it's not that bad, and I like that. That's my breakfast.
Yeah, it's really cheap too. You pay like 25 cents for that, so it's great. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna drink some coffee and hang out, and then I don't really know what we're gonna do afterwards because it's only 4 o'clock.
Just hang out.
But it's almost
Enjoy
rush
our
hour.
day off.
See, we made it before rush hour this time on our day off,
Almost.
unlike last week. All right, next stop, coffee. This is the street I saw when I first moved here. And for the whole week I stayed here, I never crossed this street. And I wonder, you can probably see why. People don't stop at the red lights. There's no pedestrian crossings anywhere. But what you'll learn is if you just calmly start walking, people will start going around you naturally like a river. I don't want to show you now because I'm still terrified, but I'm pretty sure Huong could do it no problem. But be wary where you're staying. If you're staying near a major street, you might very well just never cross the street. So I only stayed and walked up and down here for the week until I, found some food and whatever else I needed. But there's something interesting, so yeah. How's your snack?
I'm hungry.
Look at these rules, by the way. Okay. Yo, so I don't know if you saw, we haven't drank it because we're waiting to show, but this is the other famous coffee you can get here, which is a coconut coffee, and there's basically just coffee with coconut milk inside.
And this coffee shop really popular here.
It's good. It's all over the place, so if you see it, check it out. And this one's cool. I'll hopefully show you some sweet B-roll of it in a little bit where we walk around. It looks really like, she says it's like looks how Hanoi looked in the day.
Yeah,
like
that's
years
the idea of this.
It's very classic.
Yeah, the style.
Like everything's just raw concrete, exposed rebar everywhere. It's pretty sweet, so yeah, it's a cool place. But yeah, definitely recommend you try the coconut coffee while you're here because it's super awesome. I mean, not just in this shop, but I mean in general, it's good. Also, we've been drinking a lot of coffee. This is my 5th coffee today.
I need real food.
She's hungry. She just snacked out. I don't know why you're so hungry. She only had one slice of pizza. Yeah, I had more. But anyways, yeah, the coffee scene here is just, it's on point. It's even ahead of America's coffee scene, mainly because it's actually affordable. Like, it's not like America where you get those fancy lattes and you spend $7 on a coffee, so.
I'm Vietnamese, but I don't drink coffee often. But he made me start like to drink coffee. But
yeah.
I like not black coffee. It tastes doesn't taste good. Okay.
It's good though. I like it. She doesn't, but it's okay. But
no,
I love
recommend try Vietnamese coffee. It's really good.
If you like coffee, come to Vietnam. It's got a good coffee scene.
I will get you the big bag.
Yeah. My dream is, because her uncle down in the middle of Vietnam apparently has a coffee farm, and I thought it would be cool to even in the future maybe make coffee and sell it, So keep your eyes posted for that.
MK brand.
No, it would be M&H coffee.
Okay.
Yeah. Like H&M, except we'll be M&H. So don't worry, we won't steal your logo, H&M. Don't watch this video. Nah, you can watch it if you want. Yeah, so we're gonna have some coffee, and then she wants to take photos because this place is super awesome. And then I really don't know what the plan is. Oh yeah, we were gonna have dinner maybe at a special place, and that's it. Yeah. Also, one downfall of this Sony camera is the battery you have to charge internally unless you buy an external charger for the batteries. So keep that in mind if you get this Sony A7 III. Because if you have more than one battery and it dies, then you gotta charge both of them at home individually, not together. So that you know.
Wrong.
finished eating dinner finally, and we've been out for like all day basically.
We left at 3 and now it's almost 9, so 6 hours.
6 hours out. Yeah, just hanging out at coffee shops. Anyways, yeah. On the theme of being first, this is the first place I ate when I came here unknowingly. So, yeah.
So today's Marko Day.
Yeah, it's weird because it's been like more than 2 years, almost 2.5 years since I've been to these places. So, yeah, doesn't feel like it's been that long, but I guess time flies, huh? And also, she really likes this restaurant, so it works out. Good place, good chicken place. So
I like their rice.
yeah. Yeah, it's good. It looks like this is the symbol if you want to go.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Also, if you use these, you have to pay for them, these wet naps, so just a heads up. But yeah, so anyways, you look, whoa, that's a Rolls Royce out there, Jesus. Guy must be really corrupt. That's cool. So yeah, today we were talking about coffee, that was the main thing, so definitely drink the coffee while you're here if you are a coffee person. They also have tea, I guess, but I don't know.
Also
you get that
tea and coffee.
Yeah. So remember, Vietnam's like a mix between like West and East, I think. So I say so a lot also. I realized that when I was editing, like a lot.
And I'm kind of quiet.
Now it's time to go home and sift through all this, you know, info and photos and videos. I burned through 1.5 batteries today. My phone battery is dead. Like everything is just at 0, so it's definitely time to finally go home. So
I'm tired. Yeah. Ready for bed.
yeah, we're ready to go. So I think that's what we're gonna call it. Maybe we'll have more B-roll on the way home, but if not, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.